viewers, if you live in Bengaluru and are fed up of potholes, traffic or any other infrastructure related issues, then don't have high hopes, because Bengaluru, India's Silicon Valley, can't be changed in the next 2 or 3 years. Even God can't do that. By the way, it's not me saying any of this. It's the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar's statement. He has claimed Bengaluru can't be changed in 2 or 3 years. It can be changed only when proper planning is done, and that is also executed well. Is he now trying to say that don't expect much from the current Congress government in Karnataka? Well, because they came to power in May 2023, and since it will take 2-3 more years, so not much can be done. Now this, viewers, has given Bharatiya Janata Party the ammunition to attack the Congress party. BJP claims this is the result of Congress's Khatakhat guarantee model, and the government lacks the skill to develop Bengaluru. To which now even the Chief Minister has responded, saying that the government is trying to undo BJP's financial recklessness when BJP was in power in Karnataka. Watch the war of words.
Within 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, Bengaluru ಭಗವಂತ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನಡೆದಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. We have to plan properly. ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ರೂಪರೇಷೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
We have not told it to do it in a night or in a day to transform it. You have already come, and what you had claimed about the Bengaluru before you could come to power, let D.K. Shivkumar try to recollect that. And I have never told that, and BJP per se, and I am particularly, we have never said that he has to transform the Bengaluru in a day. From last 1.5 years, more than less than 2 years, what you have done so far.
And joining us on this debate are my guests. We have Pradeep Bhandari, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, who is a political analyst, and Priya Chetty Rajgopal, a prominent citizen voice, also joining us on the broadcast this evening. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining us here on Times Now. Priya Chetty Rajgopal, I want to begin this debate with you. How does it make you feel when the Deputy Chief Minister of your state says, you know, even God can't fix the problems that Bengaluru is facing?
Thank you for having me on the show. I think this makes me feel both terrified and also appreciate the Deputy Chief Minister's sense of honesty, and the fact that this realization has come to him now. I think a lot of fellow citizens are extremely concerned about, you know, the statement itself, because the kind of backing off or the kind of helplessness that it conveys is certainly not the right signal for us who are looking at the city to get better and to keep moving forward. So I think that is something that needs to be attended to. And certainly, I mean, there has been the writing on the wall for several decades now. So it's a series of governments, a series of ministers who all thought that they would get around this problem, but they have been primarily band-aids, primarily, you know, reactive, knee-jerk kind of responses, whether it's a flyover or whether, you know, it's a new form of transport, or, you know, the hypotunnel or whatever that has been discussed. But let's look at the basic issues. I mean, as I said, this has been a bit of a shocker, and I think everybody's been reacting to the statement that has been made. For all of us who've been in Bangalore and understand the issues of traffic, I mean, I'm no expert. I'm sure my fellow citizens know a lot more than we do. But I think as citizens, we get a little tired of being buffeted along by the various governments that have been taking charge over the last, say, 15 years.
Right.
And wonder, where was this focus on unified transport at all? There are two issues which really need to be looked at. And first one is the issue of the Bangalore Metropolitan Land Transport Authority, the BMLTA, that was established in 2022 to especially coordinate and plan transportation. And benefits of it are the way it coordinates between all transport agencies, whether it is the RTO, the police, the BMRCL, BMTC, urban local bodies, and infrastructure development agencies, which is BBMP.
Right.
Now, policies also come under that. Now, the thing is, why I'm stressing this is, we will keep talking about the metro. People like us are more concerned about the suburban rail, which is such a simple way of adding to what you already have,
Yes.
using the network that you already have, and of course public transport in general. But why we harp upon this is it takes into consideration a more global view, a more holistic view of what needs to be done for transport.
Right.
And it's a bit of a shame that it's the citizens that have been driving this agenda for the last 10 or 15 years. The second issue is, I'm definitely saying public transport and BMLTA would be two ways of going forward.
Yes.
But one thing which I have in fact tweeted in response to something that happened today is, I said, with the statement that is being made, I think we appreciate the honesty and grudgingly appreciate the honesty, but it doesn't really serve the purpose of an elected representative going forward to serve the needs of its people.
Absolutely,
So that's an
because,
issue.
Congress party had come to power in the state of Karnataka with a lot of promises that were made to the people of Karnataka, to the voters, and now promises are not being fulfilled. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, how will you like to respond to what Ms. Priya had to say? Of course, she's congratulating the government for being honest, but the point is that there is a lot of disappointment. I mean, is it because of your khatakhat guarantee model and the schemes that the Congress party had promised? Even that is not being fulfilled properly, and now basic things are also suffering. You're not even able to provide, improvement in terms of infrastructure that the citizens need right now.
No, absolutely not. The Congress party rather has been very much on the ground and is trying to identify the real issues that is being faced by the Bengalurians. Now, what does the Siddaramaiah government is doing? It is trying to identify these, prioritize the problems, and try to find out solutions to these issues that are there. On that way, the government is hell-bent on improving the quality of the life of the Bengalurians.
But
whether
with
it
due
be the
respect,
starting
Mr.
of the
Kamruzaman
Metro
Chaudhary,
expansion,
at least Mr.
whether it be
D.K.
the Bengaluru
Shivkumar's
Suburban
statement
Railway
did not
project,
seem to suggest
acquisition
what
of
you're
electric
saying.
buses.
Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, with due respect, at least the statement by Mr. D.K. Shivkumar did not seem to suggest what you are saying, because he has literally said Bengaluru's development is Bhagwan Bharose, because he said even God can't fix it and it will take 2-3 more years. 2 साल already होने वाले हैं government को in power. You haven't been able to do anything.
Ma'am, one thing, let me just sponsor you a flight ticket to Bangalore. Go and find out the actual what developments are happening
Bangalore
in Bangalore.
many a times, Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, and I have spent hours on the road if I have to go from the airport to anywhere inside the city, by the way. The traffic is so bad, let me tell you.
Now, ma'am, I understand what you are suggesting out here. The point here is that we are not living in a make-believe world. We have identified the problems that are there. The Congress government is working very hard to mitigate the problems. Rather than the 40% Sarkar, commission Sarkar that was there earlier, at least now the people on the ground are working to mitigate. They are bringing out a number of schemes for urban infrastructure, the road transport. These are the issues that the Bangalore's need a solution. Just merely that it is a Herculean task.
But Pradeep Bhandari, at least the Deputy Chief Minister did not seem to suggest what Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary is mentioning today. His intention is clear. Kamruzaman Chaudhary is saying that we are working to mitigate the problems, but Mr. D.K. Shivkumar has given up hope also, it seems, and he's telling the citizens of Bengaluru, don't expect anything from us.
Well, Hina, D.K. Shivkumar has said that Rahul Gandhi's economic khatakhat model is an absolute abject failure, and the only thing which the Congress can do well is ensure that they do corruption. It's an 80% Sarkar where 80% of the money goes for corruption and in the hands and pockets of the Congress leader, and 20% is where they spend. Let me just throw certain reality. Point number one, D.K. Shivkumar admitting that Rahul Gandhi's model has failed. Is this for the first time it has happened? No. Recall what K.J. George had said on 20 February 2024. 25 that guarantees are not salaries, do not expect guarantees. So they could not even deliver their guarantees for 3 months. The payment was not delivered for Griha Lakshmi Yojana. When Mr. Siddaramaiah was asked this question, he said he was not even aware about that the guarantee schemes did not reach the beneficiary. If that was not enough, recall what the economic advisor to Mr. Siddaramaiah has said, that there is difficulty to get funds for developmental work because of the guarantees. If that was not enough, on 1st November 2024, Mr. Kharge told Mr. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, do not promise what you cannot deliver. Now, what is happening on the ground in Bangalore, except apart from corruption which the Congress party is hell-bent on doing? Milk prices have increased by 3 rupees a litre, diesel prices have increased by 3 rupees a litre, electricity prices have increased by 2.4 rupees a litre, coffee charges have increased. In fact, they have not even left coffee in Bangalore. And the moot point is, only thing which they are doing is corruption, corruption, corruption. Mr. Kamru, you are happy because you might be getting a cut of that money. I am speaking as a resident of I am speaking as a citizen of India who lived 5 years of my life in Bangalore.
Are much higher than
DK Shivkumar is telling you that Rahul Gandhi's Khatakat model has failed.
Why are you trying
for the first time, Mr. Kharge also told you. Why have you increased milk prices? Why have you increased electricity prices? You know another data I will give you. When 2,300 potholes, as of April 2024, there were 2,300 potholes on the roads of Bengaluru. You know how much did they fix? Only 155. Only 155. अरे आधे से ज्यादा समय चला गया, अभी तक प्रॉब्लम ही आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हो. सत्य चले जाएगी, उसके बाद भी बोलते रहना.
Okay, Pradeep Bhandari, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, one at a time.
150 have been taken care by the BBMP.
Pradeep Bhandari, 1 second, one at a time. Yes, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, now it's your turn. Please respond.
Now, basically, you know, these people, they want to live in a make-believe world. They do not want to face the reality, the challenges that are faced by the
resident of Bangalore voted for you.
They will say that everything is hunky-dory during the Congress regime. But the Congress is magnanimous in DK Shivkumar when he accepts that we are facing challenges in these sectors and we are working very hard to mitigate that. So what's the problem in that? You take 100
one at a time, because these are very important issues that we are raising on the show today. We are debating a very important issue today. Both of you, one at a time. Now, Pradeep Bhandari, let him respond. I will come back to you because I have one question for you as well. Then I'll go across to Priya. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, please respond. You know, people of Karnataka voted for the Congress party because they were promised something. They were promised development. They were promised better roads, better infrastructure. And now, almost 2 years into the government, the Deputy Chief Minister comes out and says, "Ke nahi ho sakta. It's going to take 2-3 more years." I mean, is it not wrong? You tell me. Is this what you promised to the people of Karnataka? Aren't you betraying the people of Karnataka? Because you promised a lot of guarantees also, and I have the data with me. Griha Lakshmi scheme was promised, 2,000 rupees to women in BPL categories. The reality is payment there also is delayed by 3 months. Anya Bhagya scheme, 5 kg rice to BPL families. Reality is rice swapped with 34 rupees per kg in cash. You're not delivering on your guarantees also. You can't fix the infrastructure also. I mean, why should questions not be asked? You tell me this tonight.
Now, Hina, you are very right when you ask these questions. These questions need to be asked to the BJP out here. The BJP
who is in power in Karnataka? You tell me. You tell me, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, who is in power in Karnataka? Is BJP in power in Karnataka or Congress in power in Karnataka? You tell me this first.
Can I just reply? Can I just reply, ma'am? Hina, please try to understand my answer, that what I am saying, the context, please try to grasp it. I said 100 rupees is taken from Karnataka by the central government of the BJP and only 14 rupees comes back. Still then, over the last 2.5 years, the per capita income of the people of Karnataka is increased by 20%.
Okay.
A feat that no other state in the country has ever achieved.
Okay. But still you are not able to manage the finances to develop the infrastructure. I want Priya to come in on the points that have been made on this debate. One second, Pradeep, I'll come to you in just a bit. Priya, how will you like to respond? Because this is what is happening. There is blame game that's happening. do you think perhaps voters, the people of Karnataka, have literally been taken for a ride?
I don't have a comment on that. We've seen 4 governments in the last 10, 12 years, and there have been, I think, good intentions and a genuine desire to, to either please the voters or deliver, but the reality has been very different. Even if you see the conversations...
Okay, can I ask you then one more question? Do you think, as is being alleged by the BJP, that perhaps it is the Khatakhat model, that Congress uses, the kind of freebies it had promised, and perhaps to fulfill those, a lot of money is going, a lot of revenue is going, and that's the reason why the things that are also supposed to be done, for example, improving the traffic conditions in Bengaluru, etc., is suffering, and that's not happening. The Khatakhat is impacting the other things that the government should be doing, do you feel, as a citizen?
Yes and no. I mean, if you look at some of the schemes, obviously there's a huge amount of impact. Look at, since we're talking about traffic, let us look at one of the schemes for women, which is free travel on buses for women. It has been a huge tool of empowerment. And that's something I appreciate, but I'm sure it's a bit, pressure on the exchequer. On the other side, I mean, how this is connected to traffic, I'm really not very sure. But the fact is, whether we talk about, the kind of corruption that exists, I'm not too sure how relevant this is to the discussion. Because both my panelists have talked about that there have been commitments made which have not been, not been followed through. And I think that's important. Is it taking away from transport focus? Perhaps it is. But the focus, which is, as I said, it's the government who has to apply its mind to it. The same government that said that apparently may be having an issue with funds is also very keenly looking at moving up 17,000 crores to a tunnel project or to a Skydeck. Things which I think would be completely outside our scope.
Right.
And the focus on traffic, and I need to say this very clearly, I think the ministers need to walk their talk. Let me tell you a few small things they need to do.
Absolutely. Ministers need to walk their talk. That is the point. I have very little time left on the debate. I want to go across to Pradeep Bhandari for that. And before you respond to, what has been said, what Kamruzaman Chaudhary specifically said, now Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, has also reacted, and he said that instead of questioning the government and the way it is managing finances, you should look at what you did when you were in power in Karnataka. According to Mr. Siddaramaiah, they are trying to undo BJP's financial recklessness. How will you respond?
Well, Hina, 36% of the entire GDP of the state of Karnataka comes from Bengaluru. And despite collecting so much taxes from the people, residents of Bengaluru, if the people of Karnataka, in particular Bengaluru, cannot get good roads from the Karnataka government of Congress party, they have the right to answer. It's not the make-believe word, it's the truth. And 3 days back, on the 18th of February, which is exactly 3 days back, this is when Times Now had asked the question to Mr. Siddaramaiah, why have you delayed the payment for Greh Lakshmi scheme from past 3 months? He said he has no idea. The Chief Minister of the state does not have idea of the scheme not reaching the beneficiary. He does not even have the idea that 1,500 plus potholes are still there on the roads of Bengaluru. They only have the idea of corruption, nothing else.
Okay, all right. Those are important points, but I can say tonight that people are disappointed. That is very clear. That's the sense we got after listening to Priya as well. There is political bickering that keeps on happening. We are seeing political slugfest on this, but the reality is people are suffering and something needs to be done about it. I'm completely out of time. Thank you, Pradeep Bhandari, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, as well as Priya Chetty Rajgopal. Appreciate all of you for joining us here on this debate.